Host, Alex. Title, The Reality Check, The Truth About Motivation. Introduction, The Myth of Motivation. Welcome to the Daily Discipline, the podcast where we cut through the noise and talk about what it actually takes to achieve your goals. I'm your host, Alex, and today we are tackling a giant, glittering lie that keeps so many of us stuck, the lie of motivation. We live in an age of motivational speakers, inspirational quotes, and highlight reels of success. We wait for that spark, that bolt of energy, that perfect feeling that's going to make us start writing the book, launch the business, or hit the gym at 5 a.m. We think motivation is a permanent, fuel-injected engine, and if we don't feel it, we can't move. But here is the simple, hard truth: motivation is a feeling, and feelings are fickle. Relying on motivation to start is like waiting for a perfect sunny day to sail the world. It's never going to happen. The actual engine of achievement isn't motivation. It's something far more reliable, far more mundane, and far more powerful. It's discipline. In the next 20 minutes, we're going to dismantle the myth of motivation, talk about what truly drives long-term success, and give you 3 actionable strategies to stop waiting for the feeling and start building the life you want. Segment 1: Why Motivation Fails Us. Alex, let's look at why motivation is such a poor foundation for success. We've all experienced it, right? You watch an inspiring documentary, you listen to a powerful speech, and for about 48 hours, you are on fire. You plan your diet, you clean your entire apartment, you buy new running shoes. That is the chemical rush of motivation. It feels incredible. But then, life happens. You get a bad night's sleep. Your boss is annoying. It starts raining. And that intense, beautiful feeling of motivation simply evaporates. It's gone. This is because motivation is often a reactive state. It's tied to emotion, and specifically, to the anticipation of a reward. When the anticipation wears off, or when the initial difficulty of the task kicks in, the feeling retreats. Think about the structure of a goal. Let's say your goal is to learn a new language. Day 1, motivated, you feel excitement. You envision yourself ordering food in Paris. You spend 2 hours on an app, and it's fun. The reward is immediate novelty and excitement. Day 15, motivation fades, you hit the grammar hurdle. You have to conjugate irregular verbs. It's hard, tedious, and frustrating. Your brain says, wait, this isn't fun. Where's the dopamine hit? I'm not motivated for this drudgery. This is the failure point for almost everyone. They mistake the loss of the feeling for a sign they should stop. They believe they have an internal flaw, they just aren't motivated enough. But the secret that highly successful people understand is this: you don't do things because you are motivated. You become motivated because you do things. Segment 2. The discipline loop: action creates motivation. We need to flip the script. We need to understand the discipline loop. It goes like this: action, progress, satisfaction, motivation, further action. When you choose discipline, when you sit down to write that difficult email, or do those 15 minutes of difficult exercise, without the feeling of motivation, something shifts. First, you make progress. Even a tiny bit. You wrote 1 paragraph, or you completed 1 set of squats. Second, you get a genuine, earned sense of satisfaction. It's not the cheap, passive dopamine of scrolling social media, it's the deep satisfaction of keeping a promise to yourself. This releases dopamine not from anticipation, but from completion. Third, that satisfaction acts as true, lasting motivation. You think, hey, I did that hard thing yesterday, and it felt good. I can do it again today. This is real, earned fuel, and it propels you into further action. Discipline is the humble, reliable engine that simply starts the car when you don't feel like it. Discipline is the habit of showing up. It is the ritual you perform whether you are tired, happy, bored, or stressed. It's what you do on your worst days. If you only work when you are motivated, you are depending on an unreliable external stimulus. If you work based on discipline, you are depending on your own reliable, internal commitment. That is the core difference. Motivation can make you start with a bang, discipline makes you finish with a win. Segment 3, 3 strategies to cultivate discipline. So, how do we build this internal engine of discipline? It's not about willpower. Willpower is just a finite resource, like a battery that drains. Discipline is about systems and habits. Here are 3 strategies to help you get started. Strategy 1, the 2-minute rule. Alex, the biggest barrier to any task is the starting line. When you don't feel motivated, the task feels immense. The 2-minute rule, popularized by James Clear, completely removes this hurdle. The rule is simple: when starting a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. Want to start reading every night? The 2-minute rule is, read 1 sentence. Want to start meditating? The 2-minute rule is, sit down on the cushion. Want to start exercising? The 2-minute rule is, put on your workout clothes. The goal is not to achieve the whole task, the goal is to show up. The motivation is in the act of starting, not the act of finishing. Once you've laced up your running shoes, you've overcome the inertia. You've said, yes, to the task. Most of the time, you will find you do more than 2 minutes. But if you don't, you still win, because you maintained your discipline. You kept your promise. Strategy 2, habit stacking with the anchor habit. Our lives are already full of habits, we just don't notice them. We have anchor habits, things we already do automatically every day: waking up, brushing our teeth, making coffee. We can use these anchors to chain on a new, disciplined behavior. This is called habit stacking. The formula is, after I, current habit, I will, new habit. After I pour my first cup of coffee, I will review my top 3 priorities for the day. After I eat dinner, I will spend 15 minutes organizing my workspace. After I turn off the TV, I will read for 10 minutes. This removes the need for motivation or remembering, because the trigger is automatic. The old, established habit pulls the new, disciplined habit along with it. Strategy 3, don't break the chain, the Seinfeld method. Comedian Jerry Seinfeld once shared his technique for writing jokes consistently. He used a big wall calendar and marked an X on every single day he completed his writing goal. He said the task became simple: don't break the chain. This is a powerful visual strategy for building discipline. The goal is no longer about the quality of the work or how motivated you feel. The only goal is to mark the X for today. Did you write 1 terrible sentence? X. Did you study for 5 uninspired minutes? X. The cumulative power of that chain, seeing a long, unbroken line of X's, is what builds self-efficacy. It's a visual representation of your discipline, and you will become motivated by the fear of breaking the chain. This is a perfect example of discipline creating motivation. It's powerful, it's simple, and it works. Conclusion: the choice is yours. The truth about motivation is liberating, because it takes the pressure off waiting for a feeling. It puts the power back in your hands. You don't need a special feeling to start. You just need to choose to act. You have a choice every morning. You can wait for the lightning bolt of motivation, which might never come, leaving you spinning your wheels and feeling guilty. Or, you can rely on the quiet, steady hum of discipline, using systems like the 2-minute rule and habit stacking to make action automatic. Stop trying to feel your way into action. Instead, act your way into feeling. Show up today. Do the work. Feel the satisfaction of progress. Let that satisfaction be the true, lasting motivation for tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in. This is Alex, reminding you to choose discipline today.